how Marvel will reboot after Secret Wars.
So, Doom has been defeated. In a flash of light, it all ends. Universes have converged, Battle World has collapsed, timelines have unraveled. And then,
I mean, I doubt that's probably gonna be, but I digress,
until
right?
we hear a familiar voice. Johnny Storm calling up to a window, "Wake up, sleepyhead, you're gonna miss the day." Reed Richards wakes to the sight of his brother-in-law soaring through the skies of
This ain't happening.
New York City. The camera follows Johnny in a long
I
shot
can like
as he
literally
weaves through
tell
the
you this is not
sky.
gonna happen.
He passes the Avengers mansion, now nestled in Central Park. Inside, we see the Avengers training. T'Challa sparring with Steve Rogers.
So what is this, EMS? Like,
Spider-Man swings by, and for a moment we follow him until another web line crosses his path.
yo,
It's
Miles is not coming after
the two of
Secret
them soar
Wars.
together
Be
through
completely
the
honest.
cityscape. Two generations, side by side. The camera keeps
Yo, Miles
moving.
is not
We
coming
drift
until like the
upward
third
towards the
movie.
rooftop, catching
Oh, Daredevil?
Ridley, his
My
Billy
fault, you
Club's
right.
helping him vault from
Nah, wait,
nowhere
he's
to
not gonna
atmosphere.
wait.
And
Is he
then
gonna be in
we're
MCU
marching
now?
higher, out of the city entirely, towards the forests of upstate New York. There, a mansion
Cool.
stands alone, familiar but different.
Oh, the X-Men are
Jean
in
Grey
upstate?
lands softly on the ground and kisses Scott Summers before entering. We pan through the mansion.
Oh,
Iceman
yeah.
and Colossus
Whoa.
share breakfast in the kitchen. Storm takes
Iceman
her
and
class.
Colossus?
Jean then rides the elevator underground. She then passes Beast, hunched over a lab bench, and finally
Yeah, this is
we
basically
arrive
just
at a silver
EMS.
door. It opens.
This is literally just
Inside,
EMS
a man in
with
a wheelchair sits in front of Cerebro.
Wolverine and
We only see the back of
Wolverine
his
knows this,
bald
bro.
head.
You know the show,
Turns
right?
slightly
It's
to
like
the
Wolverine and
camera,
Friends.
and then cut. What I've just described to you is my pitch for how Secret Wars should end. A soft reboot of the Marvel Cinematic
Yeah, they're
Universe
definitely not
after
gonna
the
end it like that.
climax
They're gonna
of
end it on the
Secret
biggest
Wars. A
cliffhanger of
clean
all
slate,
time. Let's
a
be
new world,
completely
built
honest.
from the ruins of the old ones. If we're being honest, it's something Marvel has needed for a long time. The truth
MCU
is,
definitely did need a
actors
reboot.
age. They move on. Some tragically pass away, and the characters they leave behind. Iron Man, Captain America, Black
Yo, like, to be honest, I think that they should have recasted Chadwick after his death. You know, like, I don't know. I'm impartial to that, but like, I feel like they shouldn't have recasted him bad, but they definitely should have recasted him because Black Panther is definitely like one of, if not one of the more vital Avengers. But that's just my opinion. They should have definitely like recast him after some time because the character still goes on with the person being dead. But like, RIP to Chadwick, you know, I'm not saying that he was bad or anything like that. He was definitely great, but they definitely should have recast it soon, you know, because we're going on what? How long has it been? Like, is it approaching like 8 years, or has it been 8 years? But it's been like a long time since he died, and we still don't have a Black Panther, and Black Panther's just somehow dead in the MCU. So I mean, should they have moved on? Probably would. I mean, it made sense that they didn't though. It made sense, but I just feel like they should have recast it. But that's my opinion.
Widow, Black Panther, they're the heart of this universe. But Marvel's story still has to continue. A reboot
Oh my
gives us
God,
permission
bro,
to start again,
please.
to reimagine the MCU.
Bro, if we reboot, at least make Spider-Man like
sense of clarity.
Like,
And it's not
make
it
sure
hasn't
the
been done
contract
before.
with
Days of
Sony is
Future
good,
Past
please.
Literally did this. They started a whole new canon, a whole new timeline. We can do the same for the MCU. Now,
Oh
here's
yeah,
the
they
thing.
did.
We
I
don't
haven't
need to
watched really
start
any of the
from
X-Men
scratch.
films.
We don't need another Iron Man origin, another Steve Rogers getting the serum, another Uncle Ben moment. We've seen him
Yeah, we
and
definitely do
know
not
his
need
characters.
those, to be
The
fair.
audience is fluent in Marvel, so we need to respect that. So throw us straight into a new world where these heroes already exist. In that way, the X-Men don't have to be shoehorned into a world that never mentioned them. Now they exist. Mutants
Yeah,
are
because they
part of the
never
fabric of
really
this new
established them
reality.
in this universe.
Now, the Fantastic Four aren't anomalies, survivors from another universe.
Yeah,
They're the crown jewel
anomalies.
of Marvel, parked proudly in the Baxter Building. Now the Avengers can stand in their mansion, not as relics of a fading era, but as icons reborn. And in this new world, we're not stuck.
I don't know
exploring
how
what
they even
T'Challa
do all
isn't
this stuff.
around.
I mean,
It's a new
it would
reality,
definitely have
one
to
where we
be
get
after
meet them
Secret
again,
Wars.
where we can meet all of them again. And if we're building this new world from the ground up, let's build it around the right pillars. In the comics, the flagship corners of the Marvel Universe have always been the Fantastic Four, the X-Men,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, thanks to the
okay.
movies now, the Avengers too.
Alright, bro. Yeah, we don't need
Focus
Avengers for a couple of
recently
years,
the
bro.
universe around them, not scattered
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. We don't need Avengers for at least a good what? After Secret Wars, I'd say a good 5 year gap. I'd say at least five. I'd say at least five because we need a good 5 years to just establish that there's other teams but the Avengers and flesh them out at least a bit more. Because like the Avengers have had their run since the MCU. The MCU has started. If we could like establish all the other teams and make them just as good, then the MCU is basically great again. And have Spider-Man not need an Avenger in any of his films, it'd be perfect. I don't know what we would fix. Well, at that point, there ain't nothing to be needing to be fixed. Let's be completely honest. After that, like I think the MCU is basically perfect. You know, well, not perfect. It's got some of its flaws, but it's getting to be perfect. It's getting to be.
C-list characters from unfinished storylines. Like guys, there was a whole show dedicated to the nanny of the Marvel Universe. But the problems go beyond this.
Oh,
it's
the nanny?
The longer these universes
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'd never even touched Agatha, but let's be completely honest. Who like really watched it? I heard it was good though, so.
Trap. It's harder and harder to care about what's happening when every version of every character can be undone, replaced, or rebooted again.
Bro, and then what's the name? The MCU used to have more deaths.
Universe, if these aren't our heroes,
and like reoccurring villains.
Emotional stakes.
Because most villains just get killed off mad fast, like Ultron.
And with Marvel's upcoming Avengers sequels pulling characters in and out of universe like it's nothing, that disconnection will only deepen. It'll only get worse, especially when it comes to the X-Men, cheaply pulling off our nostalgia. If Marvel just ports them into the existing MCU, Earth 19999, without their world, without a larger mutant race, without the prejudice and metaphor that defines them, well, they're just...
What Earth is 19999?
A reboot solves that. In a new universe, mutants already exist. The school, the politics, the oppression, it's all there.
I thought the MCU was 16 done.
Of this new universe. Yes, there's always a risk. A reboot means reintroducing characters we've already met. But Marvel has to trust the audience, trust that we don't need to be handheld through another how did they get their powers routine.
Okay, but like, just saying that the Avengers come back, who are we recasting though? All right, who would we recast? Let's say the Avengers come back in 5 years. Who would we recast? Does Thor need to be recasted yet? I don't think so. I feel like Thor doesn't need to be recasted until like 10 years later. Cap needs to be recasted. Iron Man definitely needs to be recasted. Hulk definitely recasted. And change the Avengers. Yes. Hawkeye can stay Jeremy Renner. He's the GOAT right there. He's the GOAT. Or actually, nah, you might get away with recasting him and actually being good. Yeah. I can feel it. But another thing, let's take Black Widow out of the Avengers and put in Janet and Hank, right? First, that makes more sense because they're literally the founding Avengers, and I hated the fact that they weren't in the Avengers from with the MCU debut. Because literally, bro, Janet's like one of my favorite MCU female cast. I'm not female cast, but female characters. Like, I just love the Wasp, bro. It's like she's literally so good. Like, I don't know, bro. She's literally the backbone of the team, and for some reason she's just not there. But anyway, right, like, can we do that? Because I'm not liking the fact that they just got left out. Like, I get that they got left. I don't even know why they got left out actually. Why did that? If somebody does know, we can't do this again. When the MCU reboots, I need her on the team, or at least playing some role. Because literally in the MCU, she was just a part of the Ant-Man movies. The Ant-Man movies were cool, but like, she could be more. She could do more. Not just that, she was old. Like, alright. Like, okay. Like, we get it, bro. We know Hank Pym is like basically a downfalling character because he hit her, but like, that's not her, bro. Come on.
Let me put it like this. It's not about erasing the past. It's
Yo, why did I actually think before, what's the name?
Audience's intellect to fill in.
I thought the Avengers had a...
idea. This is just
bro, I thought the Avengers Tower was actually in the comics.
Heroes threw at us. A fresh world with pre-existing relationships, lived-in characters. That doesn't mean the world has to be fully realized, that there's nothing left to explore. It just means we get to skip by the unnecessary context we already know. We know how they became heroes. Now let's do something with it. Doing this frees us up to reinvent the canon, have the X-Men and the Fantastic
Four. Yo, is it just me or like the MCU seems so... Like, it seems so close.
The many origin
but then, like, when you watch on like EMS or like a series, it seems like the MC, like the Marvel Cinematic, not Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Marvel seems so big.
A new version of these heroes, find out their past and how they differ from the old ones.
The Rocky fellow, he's the Thing. Which one are you again, son?
And let's just be honest right now about the current state of the MCU. The legacy characters haven't exactly clicked.
He doesn't mean that.
Ironheart doesn't excite general audiences the way Tony Stark did. Shuri's
Well, Ironheart
transition
was
to
actually
Black
good,
Panther
though.
felt rushed, like it was meant to be for a third.
Black Panther 2 was definitely rushed.
The Young Avengers, cool on paper, but they haven't really materialized into anything as impactful as the Avengers. Sam
We
Wilson's
haven't even got
Captain
a
America
film
has
about them, which is the
potential,
worst
but
part.
The mantle alone isn't enough.
Oh,
We
that
miss
movie sucked.
These characters.
That
not
just
just
was like a
themselves.
2
A
out
new
of
Steve
10.
Rogers, a new Tony Stark, not just in name, but in story, can carry this universe for another 15 years. There are so many untold stories, so many iconic arcs.
Okay, but like, who would be like the new Steve Rogers in Iron Man? Well, who would it be like Cyclops and Spider-Man? Well, I mean, Spider-Man should have always been up there. Let's keep it real. But it would probably be what? The X-Men, Spider-Man, maybe the Fantastic Four, I'd say. Yeah, I'd probably say the Fantastic Four. Because like, I feel like you could connect all the stories together into like a small ball. But like, it should definitely not be the Avengers. After Secret Wars, the Avengers could take a big backseat. Let's keep it 100% honest. It could take a huge backseat and we'll be perfectly fine. And we'll actually finally be cooking with characters. But I feel like after the MCU reboots, Thunderbolts was a good movie and it made me care about the characters. Don't get me wrong. But like, all those characters are 1000% getting forgotten right after Secret Wars is done. I'm just gonna be completely honest. Like, I'm sorry to say, all those characters are being completely forgotten as soon as Secret Wars is done. Like, let's be honest, guys.
that have never been explored. Beyond Winter Soldier or Civil War, Cap has more to offer. Beyond Demon in a Bottle or Extremis, Iron Man has layers left untouched. And even if we did revisit those stories, imagine how much cooler they'd be with a full populated Marvel Universe. Imagine Civil War, for instance, with the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Prison 42. Just the whole
That would be
something
so
close
gas.
to the big event scale of the comics that it was. Not just some heroes fighting in a parking lot. Imagine seeing Hank and Janet in their prime. Hank in Earth's Mightiest Heroes is one of the most
Oh
complex
my
and
God,
layered characters.
Janet's
Imagine seeing
back.
that on the screen.
Everyone, just breathe. We can resolve this without resorting to violence. No one needs to get hurt.
They're supervillains. You just hit
This
them.
is why EMS is so peak.
I quit.
Right now, Marvel's strategy feels like it's trying to wring every last drop out of the characters who are no longer there, or who no longer
why
feel like
EMS
the
is just
versions
so
we fell in
peak.
love with. That's not a foundation. That's a slow fade.
All right.
I think everyone complains
Well,
about this, but
wait,
what about the
who
plot
was that
threads
in?
as well?
Well,
that
Hulk was
Marvel
probably
has
so
left
bad in the
hanging?
movie.
They're really just going nowhere. The leader, Tiamat in the ocean, only has now really been developed. The Celestials, though, Eternals, Star
Yeah.
Fox, Hercules,
What's his
Blade,
name? The leader?
sure, all
Just now getting
introduced,
developed
but
is kind of
barely
crazy.
followed up on, and now stuck in development limbo.
Oh my
With
God,
projects like
Blade.
Blade going through
Forgot that was
constant
even
rewrites
never a
and
thing.
delays. There's just no momentum, just noise. A reboot lets
Yeah, I
you
think it's
wipe
never
the
getting
board clean,
made.
start
We're
with
gonna
an
be
established world
honest.
where everything already exists. No more awkward introductions. No more waiting 3 movies for them to feel fully formed. Just build the world right from the beginning. Fully realize. what the
Spider-Man,
history
will
is
Spider-Man
about
ever feel
us.
formed?
We as
Nope.
audience members get to be excited finding out about this universe through the eyes of people who live in it, who have history in it.
2018 Spider-Man is the best game.
We don't
the hell
need
is that?
another Spider-Man origin. We don't need another What Are Mutants. We get it.
Nah, to be fair, I think we kind of do need another Spider-Man origin, because hear me out. Spider-Man origin we got in the MCU kind of doesn't make sense when you think about how Aunt May is dead. Only thing, I feel like with the MCU, what they gotta change in Secret Wars is that Aunt May comes back, because that makes more sense, you know? And then they give Spider-Man the generic, like, Ben dies, because, like, he doesn't have no Aunt May in a sense. And all his stories kind of, like, somewhat always go back to Aunt May or Mary Jane. But, you know, I mean, they could probably cook some stories without him, you know? It's like the MCU's interpretation of it. So, I mean, it's probably not going to be bad, but I feel like Aunt May should definitely be back 100%. But that's just my opinion.
We've lived in this universe for over a decade. Now let us live in a new one. Look,
16.
saying goodbye to what we know is hard, but this Marvel reboot isn't a betrayal of the past, it's an evolution. Comics have always done this. Clear the slate, refocus the story, come back stronger. If Secret Wars is going to be the biggest crossover in cinematic history, let it also be the gateway to something
Yo, to
new,
be fair,
something
Doom is
streamlined,
really not
something
built
bold.
up
Because in the end,
whatsoever,
the
like
story isn't
Thanos.
over, but it
So I
does
wonder
matter.
how they're gonna like make the stakes if he's not built
What
up
would a
basically
new villain
whatsoever.
look like? Well, as I mentioned before, I want to use Marvel's pillars as my guiding light during.
Yo, oh
Phase
my
1.
God, imagine
This
if we
means
get a
paying off
tournament
the
run.
X-Men teams
Yo,
with
it's gonna be
launching them as the
actually
first film
so
in this
crazy.
saga, the Rebirth saga. The theme across this phase being about new beginnings. Now, I am not a fan of introducing characters with the promise of an eventual appearance. I want epilogues.
Yo, I can bet that I can make a prediction for the first 5 movies.
I loved Ragnarok's end credit scene for that reason. I loved
yeah, Ragnarok was alright, bro.
scene for that reason.
Yeah, I feel like the first 5 MCU movies that are gonna come out after Secret Wars are gonna be like X-Men, Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm gonna make a bold prediction, and it's gonna be Blade. It's gonna be Fantastic Four. I just got a weird feeling because Fantastic Four was a great movie. I feel like they're gonna make a second one to follow up on that and to actually start establishing like villains for them. What'd the 5th movie be? Actually, no. It might be 2 X-Men movies because that wouldn't make sense. No. Oh, no. My fault. I know exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna do a Cyclops movie. Look, to flesh out Cyclops before they pay him into the X-Men. Then they might do a X-Men movie. That makes sense. Hear me out. That's cooking right there. So they do a Cyclops and the X-Men. Then they do a Spider-Man movie to follow up on Brand New Day. Right? That's gonna be smart right there. I know exactly. All right, and it's gonna be something with Venom after Secret Wars. Let's be honest. We know they're gonna make money right off of that. So let's be okay. They're gonna make a lot of money off that. 4th is definitely gonna be some sort of Fantastic Four too, right? First Steps was great, and you know they're gonna capitalize off that to make another. What's the name? They're gonna make another good movie. And think about it, now they can actually start fleshing out Doom and other villains. I'm telling you, peep game, lock in. And 5th movie, I mean, it's a spitball right here. But hear me out. It's gonna be a Wolverine movie. I already know. Wolverine shouldn't be in the X-Men straight away. But they're probably gonna start Wolverine sometime. They're gonna start Wolverine early so that he can be in the MCU earlier rather than later. He's probably gonna be in it before phase 8 or 9. Let's be completely honest. What are we in phase 6? The next phase is phase 7. Phase 7, you should not see you might see a Wolverine Origins movie at the beginning, but that should probably be it. No, at the end, that should probably be it. But then after, I'm telling you, that's gonna be our phase 7, and we're all gonna love it, bro. It's gonna be. I'm calling it now. That's our phase 7. That is going to be our phase 7. That's it. I know it is. Why? Because Marvel likes making money. Like if that's not their phase 7, then we're balling out and we're not getting money. Like I don't know what to say.
If you're gonna tease something, then deliver. Now the X-Men are kicking off this universe. Do whatever you want, Magneto, Sinister, all that I ask is that Marvel nails Scott Summers. Put the same respect on his name as the 97
Gotta respect my
goal,
goat, bro.
Include your standard X-Men themes, but double down on those with Sinister, shining a light on the conversation of evolution.
How would they actually start
morality.
Sinister
Why
though?
should gods listen to bugs, as he puts it? Just have fun telling a classic X-Men
Like
tale.
how would they actually start Sinister? Because I feel like it'd be hard to get in live action. If it's not a series, it's gonna be hard to capture his attention.
A banger. So, after that, I'd follow up with another Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, I said that. I said
Fantastic
that.
Four in it.
I
It'll
said that.
fairly
Wait.
but
I'm
it's
actually
really
peeking.
an Illuminati movie.
Oh
It has
hell
to be
no!
one as a
No, I
part
did
of
not
the
say
Marvel
this.
Illuminati, monitoring the multiverse and keeping an eye on this new time stream. Now,
hell, that was way too early.
This will allow us to meet a ton of new important players in this new Marvel
Like who?
universe.
Namor?
Black Panther, Namor, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and of course Professor X. Who
Bro, this is no. It has to.
allows us to get people used to this new recasted universe, a new master of the mystic arts, a new king.
I don't know if I'm messing with the Illuminati.
Just like Logan in Days of Future Past remembers everything though, the old reality.
Okay,
follow
that makes
him as
sense.
he finds his bearings in this new world and what that means for him. Struggling.
Wait,
with
this actually
things
happened in
he
Secret
encounters,
Wars?
His relationship with his family, his partner, that's all tested.
Yo, so
He's now
am
part
I-
of a world
this is
he doesn't
basically-
particularly
yeah,
recognize.
okay.
Sure, it means there's lots for him to discuss.
This is
but it also
literally just
means there's
EMS's,
a lot to clash against. Perhaps
concept.
the Illuminati do something Reed
Not a
doesn't
concept,
like,
but like the art.
They then retort, Reed, you created this group. This was your idea. Essentially, we're just placing him on uneven footing. Something super interesting for character development. Somewhere throughout the movie, we could also have Spider-Man and Johnny hanging out as well. I think that would be a nice segue.
Oh
into
yeah,
our
start
next
making
movie,
the
which
start
would be
making the.
Spider-Man. So yeah, this
See,
leads
I
us
do it
into
now,
the
see,
Spider-Man movie. A Peter Parker still played by
Oh
Tom
my
Holland.
god,
Him and
I'm
Pedro
calling
being
it,
one of the few
bro.
crossovers
Like I
to
just
this movie.
predicted
But
it.
here's the thing.
I just
He's
predicted
a little
this.
older, kind of like how he was in the Civil War comic. Peter's been in the game for a bit. He's got a tech company he shares with his mentor, Otto Octavius. He's got a healthy relationship with Mary Jane Watson. Not whatever this Michelle Jones workaround was. Just call her Mary Jane. So he's busting
Yeah.
bad guys like Scorpion and...
No, I agree with that. Wait. I actually agree with that. Actually so agree with that. For the reboot, can we get rid of this Michelle Jones Watson and can we get Mary Jane Watson? Like, who wants Michelle Jones Watson, my boy? It makes no sense. Like, I get this I get it's supposed to still be MJ, but like, what's the point of changing her name? Like, was there some type of contract issue? Like, I'm confused. Why we're just not saying Mary Jane, bro? It literally, it makes no sense to change the name. It really didn't. You know, like, I don't know if it was like for something down the line or like something else, but like, is that supposed to be Mary Jane or is it Michelle Jones? Like, is it like a OC? Is it an original character? Is it supposed to be actually Mary Jane? Like, Marvel, can we get together, man? Can we get together? Like, I'm confused here.
It's looking pretty good. Until the Black Cat enters his life. What can be a very innocent tussle as she tries to steal Otto's technology for a buyer turns into something very personal for Peter, as we discover Cat isn't doing this for money, but to get her father out of prison. Her father being the
Yo,
man that
actually
murdered
imagine a
Ben
Black
Parker.
Cat
Now,
in
this
the
allows
MCU.
us to quickly
Be kinda
relive
crazy.
these events and contextualize this Peter Parker story. In that way, the movie isn't an origin story, but the origin becomes a catalyst to dive deeper into the current events, the current circumstances.
Okay, that makes sense.
With
That makes sense.
pressure
That's
on
actually
Otto's
good.
back thanks to Osborn trying to complete this experimental tech before someone steals it or replaces it, he gets into an accident.
But will
Vows
they
to
be able to
avenge
use
Osborn
those
and
characters
things
though?
get
That's what I'm
increasingly
saying.
personal.
Because I did
That's
hear
just
something
a
about the
loose
contract
outline
and they
can
weren't
give
able to
it away
use
to
old
maybe those
characters
minor
for
villains
the
explaining
new
things
Spider-Man
that
movies.
were created by Norman. Thugs that are experimented on as weapons that they could then mass produce. And
Imagine that they actually were
Now,
able
the
to
reason we
cast
find
the
this
Goblin.
Tom Holland still being Spider-Man in this universe is because in the next Spider-Man movie, I would eventually kill him off. I would have Norman be the Green Goblin facing Spidey, with Miles taking over the mantle full-time after that. If we did an end credit scene,
Nah,
it
that
would be
makes
a
sense.
teleporting dog apparating on the top of a New York skyscraper with a long-haired red
But
hair.
why would they? They're not gonna kill off. They're not gonna kill off Peter.
The Inhumans. Strange choice, Mitch.
Did he say Inhumans? Yeah, bro. Let's pack this video up, bro. Let's pack this video up. Did my boy just say the Inhumans? Yeah, let's pack this video up, bro. The Inhumans, bro. They suck. Let's be completely honest, bro. We could flesh out the MCU without the Inhumans. Like, what's the difference between them and mutants? Nothing. That was the answer I was looking for. Like, who in their right minds go out their way to say, yeah, let me go watch a show about the Inhumans. Let me go read a comic about the Inhumans, actually. Nobody. I'm short answer, nobody. Literally, nobody said that.
Is probably what you're thinking right now, but like the Guardians of the Galaxy, we need a wild card in our slate, in our programming, something to keep things exciting in a sea of expected properties.
Nah, that's not even a
Reviewing
wild
becomes
card. That's just to
predictable
throw in the
when they're just
trash.
sequels or characters we know back to front. The Inhumans is our gateway to expanding on cosmic societies like the Kree. It's a side of Marvel we haven't seen before. The movie will be about the Kree and Skrull.
But isn't that
We
just
won't
the
actively be in
X-Men?
it, but it'll be about it. How the Kree hopes to use Earth as a chess piece. The Inhumans who live on the dark side of our
Oh,
moon in a
yeah,
city
no.
called Adelan are
God
opposed
damn,
to
wait, this actually kinda makes
fighting
sense.
Their very makers. This leads to
I was
the
just clowning on it, but this kind of
family,
makes
namely
sense
Medusa,
because we don't know
seeking
nothing about the
out riches
Kree or the Skrulls.
establishing
Damn, this kind of makes too
technology
much
that will prevent
sense.
Extraterrestrial
Ah,
invasions.
fuck.
In
This
the
makes
fight with
sense.
the Kree, we learn more about the Skrulls.
Damn.
That the Skrulls' prophecy talked about the destruction of their home planet and the promise of a new one, Earth. What we find out is that the Kree aren't here
Damn,
to
this
dominate.
makes sense.
They're here to
Oh.
secure the planet under
This is how
their
you know when
control
it's gonna be.
before the
This is
Skrulls
actually
can
gonna be a
knock
good movie if
Now,
it did come
that's where
out.
things get truly big. The movie ends with the Kree running home to the Supreme Intelligence with their hands between their legs, preaching that the Skrulls will take this planet and that there's nothing they can do. In an end credit scene, I would show an alert going off. Medusa,
Yo,
Black
big.
Bolt wondering what it is. Is it the Skrulls that the Kree talked about? The royal family are ready to challenge them. They've defeated
Yo,
the
who are
Kree.
their villains
What's another
anyway?
army, right? But it's not them. Heading out to their balcony, they see three people floating above. It's the three
Three?
heralds of Galactus. The Silver Surfer.
Galactus has three
Firewall,
heralds? I
and
thought you had one.
Tyrus. So, going into the finale
Yo,
of the
it's just
first
me?
phase, this rebirth phase, we have the Ultimate
Alliance.
This
What
will
is
challenge
that?
our heroes, pulling together everything they have, everything we've seen from them in order to defeat Galactus. We see Reed leading a team,
Yeah.
mostly the FF, some of the Illuminati, and
This actually
Spider-Man
kinda makes
quest
sense.
to find the Ultimate Nullifier, a device that could defeat the God. Now, Reed thought he outran Galactus, hopping over to another universe, but as the movie goes on, Reed comes to find out more about the Titan. His whole thing, his whole origin is surviving the destruction of universes. If a multiverse collapses, he'll begin again in a new one, cosmically representing necessity, a cosmic check on the universe, feasting on problematic planets.
Okay, wait. This actually makes a bit too much sense. Y'all was just clowning on them, but this actually kind of makes sense. Alright, to be fair, nobody did know the Guardians before the MCU. They were like Z-list, let's be completely honest. Now they're like A-list. But Ah, man, bro, and humans? Ooh, aren't they really just the off-brand versions of the mutants? Nah. There's no possible way that they do this, right? There's no possible way that we randomly see an Inhumans movie, right? After the flop of a show. I feel like it'd be better for a show, though. Because, like, it flopped once as a show. I feel like it can flop a second time as a show instead of a movie. That'd be like them pitting up the Marvels again. Nah, actually, it'd probably be better. Because it'd probably put better writers on it, to be fair. But, who knows?
Planets that could disrupt the multiverse again. Now for Reed, this battle is super personal. He's lost one world, his home world to Galactus in First Steps. He's lost another world.
So where was the Ultimate Nullifier in First Steps?
Much to Doom in Secret Wars. So for him, this is really make it or break it, using his smarts to improve the planetary defenses and take an active stance on Galactus. For the X-Men, their muscle is really challenged here as it's their duty to take on the Heralds of Galactus. Now we find out the Heralds bartered with the god to save their worlds, Norrin with Zen-La and Firelord with the Kree homeworld. Norrin feels a kinship with Jean Grey, impressed with her power, sure, but resembling an uncanny resemblance to his lover on Zen-La, Shalla-Bal. Now Jean convinces him to turn on the other Heralds and assist in defeating Galactus. Anyways, that's how I'd pitch the rebooted universe.
I mean,
Tons
I
of
guess
spin-offs could come from that.
Yo,
You
wait,
could
what is
follow
what's the
Surfer
relationship
as he
between like
discovers
X-Men
his sense of
and
purpose. You could go
Silver
Wolverine
Surfer?
and do a solo Wolverine movie as he
Yeah,
explores
that's
his
probably
past,
what that's
trauma,
probably what they're
and
gonna
history
do.
with Weapon X. Maybe fit in a little Wolverine vs Hulk scenario as
Ooh,
well.
Wolverine vs
Speaking
Hulk.
of the Hulk, you could do a
That's
Planet
it. This
Hulk
shit's never
movie. The
happening.
Illuminati
Yeah.
deeming him too dangerous to keep on the Avengers.
shit's never
on
happening.
Earth. So they
Yo,
send
if we
him
get a
away.
Planet
Maybe
Hulk,
sprinkle in
billions of
Spidey
dollars, bro.
movie, seeing Spidey face off with the Green Goblin, transitioning to Miles. We see the Avengers take the fight to space in the Kree Skrull War, coming back, maybe one of the
Wait, do Avengers
being
actually have
infiltrated
some
by
Kree
Skrull,
Skrull War,
all before leading to the
like,
finale of the
comics?
second phase, World War Hulk. Seeing the Hulk come back with a vengeance and taking down
I felt the aura from
the
here.
movie ending with Cyclops being shot in the back by Beast. Come to find that Hank is a Skrull. This springboarding the next phase with Secret Invasion as its anchor, SHIELD getting more involved, all that. So
Okay,
there we have
wait.
it.
I'm
If you
actually,
guys
I
have
like
learned
this.
anything
I'm
here,
liking
it's that
this
there is
more
so
and
much to
more.
do.
I'm literally liking this more and more as like more I'm hearing. I like it more and more. Like, oh my god, they can actually cook. They can actually fry with this. It's actually so beautiful, in fact, that I need more. Like the MCU, like is actually set up in such a perfect way that if they mess up, it's their fault. Like this is what the DC is going through right now. DC is going through the same thing. They have so much cards to play that they don't have a bad card at all. It's crazy. It's like, yo, one thing can lead to another that can lead to another, and it's gonna be so fire. Yo, like if they mess up this new MCU after reboot, I'm gonna need some words with Kevin Feige. I'm gonna need some words. I'm gonna need a lot of words. Like a lot of words.